folks, I'm going to tell you five quick facts about black bull markets. Now, did you know, number one, FMA regulated. Number two, did you know they have a copy trading service where you can either be a signal provider or copy signals? And number three, did you know they've got over 26,000 tradable assets, including forex, crypto, stocks, indices, and even more. And number four, did you know they offer 500 to 1 leverage? And number five, if you open up an account today and trade one lot a month, they're going to give you Trading Pro free. Check them out, Black Bull Markets.
Morning.
How are you?
Oh man, continues, mate. Doing research into it. Let's see how it goes. Could feel like she's addicted to the nipple.
Morning.
Good morning.
You'll get through it.
Yeah.
You might have to, even though you don't want to do it. I ended up just getting a dummy for a break.
Well, we got one. It just doesn't really take it at all. We don't want to cause too much nipple confusion if that's the case or things. Anyway.
My four were all the same, and they're not on the nipple now. So if they'll be all right.
That's good because they're like 19, aren't they?
Yeah. Although I could tell you a funny story about a friend, but I won't now. I won't put you off your breakfast.
Alrighty, so looking at the charts here, what have we got? We are we had retail sales come in. We had retail sales coming at 7 o'clock. UK struggling. We saw GE40 sell off. We don't really have any other news apart from, like, we don't have any scheduled economic data to come out. Hey, Locke. Hey, Ivan.
Good morning.
Morning, Ellen. Glenn, how are you? So, yeah, I think it's just still the flight to safety. Gold just went boom last night. And indices as well. You know, I was sitting on the TV, sitting on the couch, watching a little bit of TV just after dinner, and I saw gold just like pump. So I just put a little buy on gold, sell on equities, just to play because I read that there was US ship traveling near Yemen, intercepted some missiles heading somewhere, and then they some drones attacked some US base in Syria as well. Man, all this, I don't know if it's just media, if this is happening all the time and the media are just like pumping it a little bit more, but man, this world feels like it's on the verge of war. Anyway, from a trading point of view, we're seeing that flight into safe haven. So we saw oil just go through the roof. Saw that trade, Sarah. That was a beauty. Just look at this, man. Just straight up. So this is putting a huge pressure on equities. return of inflation, all that kind of stuff. What's going on my charts? Three minutes everywhere. What the hell? Let's go 30 minutes. Let's go 15 up here. 5, 3. Jeez, charts all over the place. What a mess. I was literally just on the charts. I don't know how this happens. Okay, so looking at gold. Gold just went boom from 5 o'clock onwards. Just jumped basically 250 pips. $25. So as it I didn't get into it until it was crossing 1970. As it was crossing 1970, still had another 80 pips to the upside, and then German 40 at the same time. She was traveling downtown. So, I think Tesla dropped 9%. Crazy, because they had some unexpected earning, 9.3%. Imagine that, just 10% wealth gone. Anyway, that's earning season, so this is what's going to happen. They cut their prices of Teslas to try and increase production, but from shareholder point of view, they don't like that. They'll recover for sure. I know people just trade Tesla stock, just that. That's it. Just like we trade German 40 in the mornings. They'll just focus on an individual stock. What else? We're seeing US yen, man, the battle of safe havens. So US strength is obviously the one that you want to hold your money in more, because you're getting a good carry and you're getting way better interest rates. But yen, they keep on threatening. They keep on rattling their saber, talking about yield curve control and whatnot. So let's see. We had a little spike down on Tuesday. Okay. Look at that spike, like a little needle. And then we had the same thing over 2 weeks ago on the 3rd of October. With this one, they dropped 200 and something pips. That was on the back of, what day was that? Tuesday. There was US news. I think it was GDP data or something, pushed price up. Triggered 150 as sell. Just dropped a massive. Morning, Maran. Morning, Al. All right, so anyway, we're here to do business on German 40. So let's look closer at that. So apart from unscheduled news, so war news, media headlines, we're bearish in the market for sure. But we know that there's manipulation in the market too. So there can probably be a similar move then to yesterday, where the sell won't come easy. Depends on when we want to get the move, but it would make sense to take out the Asian high before taking the drop. So we could just wait for price to retrace, take the Asian high. The price started off with just before Asian session. Sorry, at the end of Asian session, just before Germany started, although Eastern Europe opening, we had a no wick candle in the 15-minute near a resistance. So I'd like to see that taken again and then take a sell. Here's the speak of the devil, Governor Ueda, in the last 7 minutes talking about their inflation target. They did have national core CPI just ticked over, still just a little bit higher than what they're trying to keep it above, 2-3%. So they're achieving their mandate hit there. At the moment, it's sort of yellow folder because this has been super consistent. Super consistent. Very rarely is it actual away from the forecast. And if it is, it's 0.1. So, they're sort of keeping their goal of increasing their inflation. So they're all happy. Now, as that starts to, as they start getting more consistent results and start seeing rather than demand pushed inflation, then maybe they will slowly ease off their ultra loose monetary policy. But he's there talking behind the scenes and chatting away. Not really doing too much at the moment because against US yen, but against other currency pairs, you're seeing yen gain quite a bit of strength. So pick your poison. Which yen cross you want to trade, just not against US dollar, because US dollar at the moment is strong. Hey Peter, how are you?
Hey, mate.
Okay, sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. Back to German. Let's have a look at this. So we don't have to rush it as much today. Let's go to this chart. So it's kind of a pain when we're so bearish, because it means like, I mean, it's easy for me to do the analysis on it's easy for me to do analysis on these areas above here. That's not too difficult. We just have to go and have a look at, where liquidity is left behind. But going over here and studying the areas to the downside is a bit of a pain because we've got to go back so far. So I've got to like replay data and cut all of this off. Anyway, the areas that I did pick out, there's a really nice sensitive 3-hour wick area where price is right now. So I can imagine that this is going to be an area that we might reject from a little bit, pull back, get better price point of interest for sells to then target deeper liquidity pools. I would say this is the target for today, at least this wick. This one looks very attractive. This H4 doji low that was formed in a London session looks lovely. There is a 4-hour liquidity candle in here, so we're going to quickly cut price back to this area, and we'll just have a look at how price left this area. Okay, so now we're back in time, and we'll go to the Trez hour. Well, no, we'll go 4 hour first, then we'll go down. So this is that liquidity candle I was talking about. Okay, so this is the one that kind of like a little doji as well, but liquidity candle, retested it, and then we just pushed away. We've never retested this zone again. So this is that doji low that I think we're targeting today easily. On the 3 hours, you can see that this doji stands out a lot more, right? But now where price is actually reacting to at the current price, we're around this 14,900 handle, which I've tagged here as a sensitive H3 wick area. Why I say it's sensitive 3-hour wick area is if I zoom out just a little bit, we're going to see that this is kind of something was happening over here. So we've got price wicking constantly, and then when we close below it, we used it as a resistance for this New York high, and then Asian session was able to break through. London sort of washed through it, but then we've got like a few other little wick rejections, and then these candles struggling to close below. So as we're sort of peppering this line now, eventually we will break through it and we'll head down to this doji, and this is a 100 pip range. So this is easily, we just want 50 of those and we'll call it a day. If we can continue breaking underneath this area, the next zone that I have, which is also a sensitive H3 wick area, is these ones. Wick, 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 fake out, wick. So, even trading underneath this zone, if we could trade down from 14,900 down to 14,800, if there's heavy volume and on the back of also maybe a headline or two, we could see this wick break and we could see a quick 50 pip spike in one candle. We could see that. Getting underneath here will be a bit more of a trickier task because by that stage, price is currently at 14,906 right now as we speak. This would then have been a 200 pip drop. We don't see many 200 pip drops. Not many. We do see it, but not many. So if I'm going to have to say, if I'm going to have to put a probability on this happening, I would say that that's the lower end of the probability. Picking your zone that you can trade. This seems to me the much easier, higher probability. And if I just want to find a high probability trade and then just be done, then that's simply it. Getting into this zone down here, even further down here, look, we'll deal with that if it gets there, but I doubt that'll be happening in this particular session. But we will continue on. There's some questions here. Good afternoon. Manoj, can you look at pound CAD? No, man. We're doing German 40. Are you working on ICT? No, not on ICT. Not on ICT. Liquidity. We do liquidity. This is what we're doing. Oh yeah, I can put my little label up here. Did you mention JPY strong today? JPY had inflation readings, which yeah, we had inflation readings, so they ticked over. So, and now you got the governor, Bank of Japan governor, talking. So with all this war news and flight to safety, we're seeing Swiss being strong, JPY being strong, gold being strong, and yen being strong. Did I say that? USD, Swiss, gold, yen. All those 4 safe havens have been strong. Equities selling off. So I would treat yen strong against other pairs, maybe not against Swiss or pound. Swiss or US. Definitely against growth assets, it would be strong. So something like Kiwi yen, yeah, that'll be some decent sells. Cool. All right, so we've got 5 more minutes, so 2 hour. Let's finish this job over here. Once we start getting into this 2 hour liquidity candle, we might find it's a bit more of a bumpy road, and you'll note that this, come on, man, where's my arrow? This wick, and this liquidity candle could be bumpy once we start getting into this area. It doesn't mean we can't, I would still be looking for sells there, but first time touching, I'd take the second break. I think that'd be a better one. Cool. Let's travel back to the future, or to the present. Where was that? Where'd my thing go? You come over here, sucker. What are you thinking, guys? What's your plan of attack?
Initially, I'm looking at buys.
Makes sense.
Just looking at how the market's setting up at the moment, but I don't think they're going to live for very long, if at all. But yeah, I'm looking for sells from up around 14,950-ish area.
Yeah.
I'm the same. I'm looking for a buy before a sell.
Yeah, that makes sense. Buy to sell. Okay. HaydosFx. What am I doing, man? Cool. All right. So, where else?
These sessions connect.
Yeah. Where I was thinking we could go is look at this bit. So we're bouncing off that 3 hour wick area. We've got the Asian high right over here. This is the this candle here, start of no wick. Okay. And then we can see there's a little bit of buy to sell going on there. So there's, in this bit here, there's something happening. The buy, sell off. So there'll be a lot of liquidity here because there's that's where those sells began for this initial push down. So I'd love to see some reaction across here. Then if I zoom out a little bit, we've got London low as well, right there. London low, lining up at this level, but I would like to see it. Spike through, grab better liquidity because we've got these clean candles right here, and we've got this little order block. I don't trust this high. Whatsoever. I would like to see it take liquidity from just above it. So that would be an ideal area for me to sell. 50% of New York session as well, 15,000 handle, and then trade back down. I think that'd be this is my sound idea. Whether I take going by the 30-minute chart now, I'll leave this 5-minute chart alone. Going on this 30-minute chart, it's kind of hard to buy with these two candles. They don't really tell me a lot. You know, it's kind of like the hour time frames even bearish. So I'm not comfortable taking buys straight off the bat. I'm not comfortable taking sells because it's so deep. So this one's going to be a wait and see what's happening. Just hope I don't have lag broker issues again. So I've set the terminal up on a different computer to see if it was the computer, but I don't think so. I think it's just London Open. Are you also trading GU? No, just German 40 in the mornings. Keep it nice and simples. Cool. All right. Well, 1 second. This is it. This is the open right now for London. So little sell down first. Can we push to the north? So I don't want to take sells under here. If it's going to push, I just don't like taking, like it's broken the Asian low, broken the Euro low. That's not my thing, taking these breakouts.
We've got a New York low down at 14,866.
866. Right.
My broker, yeah, 14,866.
Okay.
From ages and ages ago. It's just taking it now.
Just taking it now. Is your pricing different?
Must be. This is on ACG.
Okay. Yeah, because you have to go back so far to look at these zones. I'd rather be looking for, if I'm going to take longs from under here, for me, I'd be looking for a setup around this area and then target back here if I get the setup. That would also make sense. Given that we've opened with no top wick, I doubt we don't revisit this little zone. Well, this little area is holding that you pointed out. I didn't have anything there at the moment though. Let's see if
That's 4 hour zone on ACG.
That's the
4 hour wick.
Oh, this is this one here.
That zone you've got there is, if you go far enough left, is an inside doji on the 5 minute.
Oh yeah.
I'm not suggesting you go back there because it's right at where you've drawn anyway. One of Akshay's little areas.
Yeah, okay.
So it's a nice little area on the 5 minute.
Yeah, like the 24th of the 3rd, I think it is.
Yeah, I got it over here on the left. Friday's candle.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
2 o'clock, 4 hour candle. New York candle. So, but I'm going to look for because this is the only one. Man, that'd be amazing getting the setup from down here. So don't enter blindly if people are watching the new. What I'll be looking for is, in a nutshell, I've got some higher time frame zones or areas of interest, and I look for lower time frame price action, little wick rejections, little creative resistance, little rejection again, looking to break that resistance and then retrace this move. This would be a counter trend move, pushing back up to a higher time frame zone of interest that I like, for high of the day potentially, that would be the with trend move. Lower trend, counter trend move, I'd be taking. I'd just be managing it a little bit more aggressive. If I think it's a good chance of being the high of the day, then I'll still take, my target is 50 pips regardless. And German 40, you can find those 50 pip moves, either direction counter or with the trend. So it don't matter to me. But whether I leave a runner would be if I think I'm with trend or against trend. Okay, so that wick's holding up at the moment.
I bought from that zone.
You bought already? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's second. That's my zone there.
Good luck. Hopefully it just rallies and rallies. Testing the euro low. That was a perfect H4 liquidity mid-wick retest. Oh yeah, we're getting some different we're getting some different levels. H4 LQC mid-wick. Oh, sorry, I gotcha. Yeah. I was considering having that level on there. It actually was on my charts, and then I removed it like this. I did have that there just before, but to tidy it up and remove some of the lines. I did remove it. And that's what you're referring to, isn't it, Al? This midpoint where this GAN box, the purple and the green. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so what I'm looking for, once it gets down to this, I'll just draw it for you. So I'm looking for price to push down if it pushes down. Oops, shouldn't be using Zoom. The Zoom tool sucks now. Here we go. For it to push down and then have something that breaks the low but can't close below it. So if this wick is like that, then maybe we have a candle that closes like something like that. Whether it's ideally it's bullish, but don't matter if it's bearish, just as long as the close is higher than this little than the low of the candle to the left of it. Following that, I want to see a little bit of a move away from this zone. Okay, up at least a candle or a couple candles. Want to see the price then come back, and then I want to see another candle. Preferably you get like little dojis in here. So let's just do it. A couple little neutral candles. Okay. A couple little dojis or something like this. And then my ideal entry because I can keep risk low, then would be something that's breaking the low, not breaking the low of these candles, but not this one, and then closing bullish to go back up to the upside. Now, the ideal entry for me would be entering when it's looking scary on this lower wick area, trying to anticipate that this candle is going to close bullish. It's going to be bearish at that time. It's going to look scary as hell, but that would be my kind of entry. Keeping stops underneath here, targeting back to at least here, preferably up here. Okay, I know it's picking the bottoms and all that kind of stuff, but if we can see the right confirmation with price, then that will get me into it. If I don't see this, there's no trade. And I'll be thinking that if price is breaking and continuing further down, I'll just keep on waiting for the setup from, like, say, here or somewhere. I just find price is going to find it very difficult to keep on going down and down and down and down and down. That I think that there could be, for a little buyer's relief or seller's relief, where buyers will jump back in or sellers take some of their profits. I think you can correctly anticipate a really nice little move and be done, you know, we want to be out of here by 9:30. So that'd be the setup I'm looking for. Retesting this one. Cool. Let's keep an eye on the first 15 minutes, which is going to come to a close soon. I have to time my coffee where we can get those reversals, and that's the coffee signal. But patience will get you paid. Hey, where's Dave? Oh, there he is. Remember the hunger? Hunger is the best sauce.
Yes. Last one.
There's Rob here as well. There's patchy, shitty Italian holiday internet. All right. I don't know. Is it annoying you, the music? Let me change it. Struggling for good music options. Very easily exhaust all the ones I like. Before then, YouTube starts telling me I'm trying to copyright. All right, let's put this one on. Here we go. All right, any questions, guys? Well, it's been a bit slow. Slowly pushing down. Whether it's going to hold, we don't know yet.
Hayden?
Yeah, mate.
Sorry, that the session indicator. Are you going to make that available at some point?
It is already.
Is it finished?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh,
yeah.
Sorry. Where do you look that up?
On the If you go and you got MT5 going.
No, I've got to get that going.
Okay, so it's
Okay.
yeah, it's for MT5. Are you doing the trading view?
Okay. Yeah.
You got this one here, Sessions by Lux Algo. You got that
Yeah,
one?
I have. Yep. That's cool.
Yeah, the one that's I was showing yesterday. That's already. Just whenever you get MT5. So
Yeah, cool.
it's
Thanks.
I'll just make it while you're there. It's if I go but premium only EA Indie Home market sessions. Just go into Let's Go. This is it. This is the exe file. This is the installation video on how to do it, or you just follow these. Only thing I will say is that Google Chrome might say, because it's an exe file, exe, Google Chrome might give it like a warning about these files. So you can either force download it, but I need to today upload the separate files. So exe files are a pain. They're a real pain too, because Google's very security conscious, so they just treat any exe file as like danger. So we're trying to like get a digitally signed, so it will just download and they trust it. But for now, it's yeah, we tried making it zip, but even Google Chrome will look inside the zip folder. So it's safe. It's absolutely safe. It's just it will give you a warning. So I was just letting you know. Like if I try to download it and say I'll try to save it to here, it'll throw up. Oh, made a liar of me. Maybe because I've already force downloaded it. But here it would say warning, potentially dangerous. You just go download anyway, and then just follow the instructions. And it'll be all good.
Thanks.
You're welcome, mate. Any headlines from... So what have we got? Oh, Bailey speaking. Didn't know that. Is it on FX Street? Hey, Tom. Oh, yeah. While it's quiet, you guys... Make sure you give it a like on the stream if you haven't done so already. All right, so we've got was he meant to speak? Okay, Governor Ueda, that's the Japanese guy. Yeah, they're nothing. Just Fed Harker later on. I think it's Atlanta Fed. And yeah, so it's just always makes me nervous. Always makes me nervous when there's no news because it leaves it open for bloody media. If this 30-minute candle can close with no top wick, that'd be absolutely lovely as a target. Then we've got this no wick here as well. So 15-minute came to a close. Yeah, definitely. When I used to, the thing that made me realize about these no wick candles was actually way back in when I had a very simple strategy that on GU and EU, and a couple of 4-hour strategies as well. Actually, I did the same sort of method, but what I'd look for on GU and EU is basically just preferring looking for sells, room to the downside, with London open, just waiting for it to form like a rejection wick to the upside, and then close nice and bearish. And then once if that happened between this is how simplistic my trading was back in the day. That if I had a candle that closed something like this, between like 8 and 10, then you'd find that you'd get a series of candles pushing down, and I wouldn't set a take profit. Well, I set a take profit at 10 to 1, but I'll just trail my stop loss under every single closed candle. And the ones that I'd always get stopped out on is when I had a no wick candle. Price would always come back up, take at the top of the no wick candle, and then start to push down. So, and the same thing was happening for 4 hours, that I adjusted my method and I only trailed my stop loss below every candle that had a wick. And when they had no wicks, I would, like you see down on this one, that wicks, and then the one that had no wick, price came back up to make a wick and then started pushing down again. And that I parked that in the back of my mind. I was like, should always trail your stop loss above candles with wicks. And then now when I see a no wick candle, if I'm trying to take a trade that makes sense for a particular session and I don't really feel comfortable selling the lows of the day so much, I would rather if I see the right price action confirms at a higher time frame point of interest to the left, I can get that reaction back up to take out the no wick candle. This would be a counter trend example of that because we're quite cleared on the down. But when we see price moving bullish against the trend, it's the same thing I'm looking for. I'm looking for where price had left with no bottom wick, coming back to do the, like, I'll be very comfortable then saying, well, if I like this area, I'll go with the trend back down to retest the low. I just don't need to wait and watch it to do the whole retracement. I can actually take part of the retracement and then also the retest of the low. Like, I like that kind of style. I don't mind taking trades against the trend if it gives me a lower time frame confirmation at a higher time frame zone of interest. All right, well, what a fizzer. Freaky Friday. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 21, like 20 odd minutes. We're just being, I mean, it's not bad if you're playing like a little range. I mean, it's what is it, 20, nearly 30 pips? 30 pips. Down, up, down, up. 30 pips is, that's enough for enough to finish the day. I think it's got, the way it's looking, I wouldn't be surprised if it does that sweep first. So I'm not going to be lured into nothing, especially after this week's London sessions have been a bit rough on the old prop account.
I mean,
5 minutes looking interesting. It's just not my zone. Like, I know you guys have pointed it out, that this 4 hour wick and the midpoint of the liquidity wick. But it wasn't something that my eyes picked up straight away. But that's, hey Domo, how are you? But we did close back above this wick, and we did push away, and we did take out the low. So, like, this is, because this, it'd be nice if this candle was bullish, but technically that's an entry. If we want to really like get the magnifying glass out, a microscope, and have a look, that's technically an entry. If this was one of your Zoys or Poys. zone of interest or point of interest. It's just not. It's not mine because I didn't have it there. Yeah, I agree, Al. It's technically a setup. Which prop firm are you with? I'm doing a TRADINGNUT Blue Guardian challenge, so it's with Blue Guardian. But its execution speed's been good, which is I was concerned about because I have had different prop accounts with 8cap. They used the 8cap broker, and latency was god awful. But with German 40 in the mornings, the spread is a lot higher than I'm used to. Gold spread's decent, but German 40 spreads is pretty high. You could trade this same style in this open. You could trade that with US like Dow Jones or NAS. You could do that. The that's dollar index was Dow. The spreads on Dow's is fine, and they're pretty correlated during this session. You'll find that these charts will be moving pretty similar. So maybe that will be a consideration if the spreads, because I'm paying 3.2 spread compared to 0.9. 3.2 versus 0.9. So that's like nearly 4 times more. Plus I'm paying commission. So not ideal conditions. But US 30, you'd be paying 1 point something. What's that, Glenn?
Yeah, it's not looking too bad for you on the 3.
Yeah, I just haven't got my zones all set up. So, but what is, so US 30 is 1.6. So it's half the spread of German. So at least that's something. Still not the best, but at least it's something. Any reason I went for Blue Guardian? That it was just the challenge that TradingView set up with. I didn't have a choice. It was something that yeah. So as long as you can work it. If the spread's high, we're still looking for 50 pip moves. So I'm really like shelling peas here when it's 2.6. No, sorry, 0.9 versus 3.2, 2.3 different. Like it's not the end of the world. As long as the latency is didn't. Marin, that's the one that that TRADINGNUT and Blue Guardian have an agreement. So this is what we're all doing. The other streamers, they're all trading the same one. Comparing styles and seeing if we can be a very public challenge. I've got to do the review later on. So I'm trying to make sure all the trades I take on that account are on these streams only. So yeah, George, I know we're paying commission on German 40 as well. $7 a round trip.
Is it per lot? Is it
per lot? $7 per lot round trip.
It's salt in the wound, isn't it?
You have 8 cap on prop account. There's no commission on indices. Blue Guardian must charge its own commission. Look, I really I think the way that they're all set up, it's a business. It's a business. So they're definitely passing on commissions. So that's for sure. It's a 25K account.
I'd love for someone to explain to me why there's a commission on a demo account.
Well, it's to simulate real funds. So if you're on a demo account and they're just then passing your orders into a real market server, then they're paying commission on the other side when they pass it on. That's the theory behind it. But whether they pass the trades on with the My4X fund, I'm not putting everyone together. I'm just saying, like, we know that whether you truly trading with real funds, it is another question.
Yeah.
Still waiting to hear about what's going to happen with this my forex funds. I wonder what's going to happen with my account. I'm well and truly with the way that pound Aussie dropped, my trade will still be open if it comes back online. But I think they're gone. Yeah, I know some prop firms are saying that they copy some of the trades to real accounts. That's what I'm saying. Like if you could still, if you're legitimately getting your trades passed on, then they're still paying commissions to access the ECN network if they're an ECN account. So whether you're paying commission, like they're going to simulate your commission for sure at the same time. Alrighty, coming down here. Pretty hefty move already. Like from the day, we've already moved 130 odd pips from top to bottom. We're out so much of a, the London low, and then we've just been down ever since then. So now London's going to have to sell the lows. Well, they are selling the low. So I reckon that they would want to double dip. If it just keeps on dropping, New York will buy for sure. They won't sell the lows. If New York won't be selling initially if prices drop like 250 pips to the downside without some sort of pullback. I don't have to rush out today. I do have stuff on later on. Registering Maddie today. It was tempting to like raise her unregistered. I could raise her to be like a little assassin that's just in the shadow networks. No record of her. Teach her the dark arts. Take out the people that do wrong to my family. Exactly, not a real baby until she's registered. So this person just living in the shadows. We had neighbors some years back and the kids weren't registered. Gosh, how can you not register? You're 5 of the clones trained to protect the family. Exactly. That's what I thought. This would be my first one. Late primary school age, not at school. Gosh.
The current 5-minute candle on the US 30s pushed up 40 pips.
US 30 pushed up?
Yeah. The current 5-minute candle's nearly 50 pips.
Oh yeah, look at this. We might be seeing this move.
46.
Might be seeing this move coming soon. We've got the first 3-minute candle. That's already done. See how it broke the low? It broke the low and closed bullish. Now we want to see a little bit of a move away. We've got no wicks. No wicks. If we can see the problem I'm finding though is that it's not yet. It's not yet. It's 10 pips away from my area that I really wanted it to test first. So I'm gonna, if price came back down and is retesting this wick area, this is where I want to see it rise from. But I would prefer this to have been a little bit lower. So I wonder if I might just sit this one out if it gives a setup, because I've got to be strict that it's got to trade at my zone, and it's still not at my zone. But I think we're getting close. Oh yeah, first 30 minutes. Oh, sorry, 30-minute candle was closed. Let me just get rid of all analysis so we can have like a fresh view. Can this 1 hour actually close bullish? Can it close bullish with like looking like a little needle? And then I'll be thinking that it could push up into this area, or this area at least. But then if the hour closes nice and bullish, I'd look for the retest and try trade from here. Because you probably will get 2 candles. If it manages to do that, closes something like that, you probably will get the second candle doing something like this, trying to visualize it. And I'd still prefer the trade like down here. So plenty of things to look forward to here. Is she now British and Australian? I've got to wait for a birth certificate. We're going to make her Australian citizen, Portuguese citizen, and she's already a British citizen. So she's going to have a lot of options. But I've got to wait for a birth certificate, I think, before I can register as an Aussie. Yeah, it is my mum's first, actually. I've got 2 elder brothers. They're not going to have kids. Well, one's trying. The other's definitely doesn't want kids. So she's potentially my bloodline. I was like, holy man, I almost got sniffed out here. Depending on his work, I know his partner's actually from Czechia. So they were trying to plan a trip, or she's coming, but he's trying to I think he had like a work trip potentially in Germany. So we're going to line up and do stay at the same time. This would be November, but I haven't heard back from there. Otherwise, we're in Australia in Feb. So wouldn't it just be amazing if German 40 moved 5 minutes ahead of if US 30 moved 5 minutes ahead of German 40? Wouldn't that just be would you tell anyone? I'd keep that as such a secret.
I usually do the same, mate. It's moved 62 pips
62.
so far in that push up.
Now I'm wondering, did I rush anything? Did I miss any zone? I really like the 15-minute though. That area that I had.
We haven't broken any structure yet.
Oh yeah, I don't want to rush this.
You haven't missed anything.
Oh, okay.
Yet.
Well, this is something I was looking at. The necklines of the candles as well. Mm-hmm. So if I push this across, okay, taking the necklines, or even the little body, but just basically taking the necklines, because this is where the bulk of the volume is sitting. The wick is the manipulation, and the body is really where all the volume is. When the candle opened, it's like a little sell to buy on that particular candle. Okay, and you've got 2 over here. You've got this buy over to the left, where price obviously pushed up, and then you've got it over here again. Now, if I extend that to the right, you'll see where price tapped into right here. See that? See that? Jeff, are you watching on YouTube by any chance? Hmm. Is that WTI? Is that what you're saying? Crude? What's crude at? Sarah would know. Spot crude. %. Serious? $89. It was at 90 when we started before. Oh, you mean yesterday? Yesterday absolutely flew. Today, advice. But the 1 minute, or 3 minute, just like the little explosion. Oh, you entered 86.129 down here, far out. Gold's back up at 1980. So we're just pushing up to the highs of the Asian session. If gold's pushing and oil is pushing, that doesn't bode well for indexes. Yeah, pushing back down. I'm still waiting for it to actually truly tap into my area. But this 3 minute candle looks interesting. I'll be interested to see if this actually does hold this wick. But I really want to see it. I want to see it hit this area and then give me that rejection. That's what I'm holding out for. Jeff D. I'll let you know when I actually enter. I'm gonna be pretty patient. Wait for to follow this pathway, but I won't like take a stealth entry. I'll tell you when it's up here. Oh no, I entered the. Is it coffee time?
Very close.
Australian, where are you based? I'm in UK. I'm in UK, but from Australia. I'm new here. Do you take live trades here as well? Yes, sir. This will be a live trade if I take it. Opinion on pound US, euro US at the moment. I haven't even looked to give a proper opinion. Al, what's your opinion on on pound US? You're good to go head into Portsmouth, sailing off to Europe. Oh, nice one, George. You'll be on cruise next week. Hopefully it's going to be good enough trading. Oh, awesome, mate. Enjoy. Safe travels.
Were you just talking to me a minute ago, Hayden?
Yeah, I was wondering if you had an idea on pound US.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, bearish.
Bearish, yeah.
Looks like, yeah, just bearish. It'd be nice if it pulls up to the sell zone. I'll be looking for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so counter longs with trend sells. Just need to identify your levels. All right, so 3 minute, 5 minute actually gave a little entry. 3 minute, 3 minute as well. 5 minute was a little bit cleaner. Oh no, at least came back from the body. Both of them.
Give it a try hitting or not?
Nah, I'm being disciplined to wait for it to come down. Because I like to see a fast move first. Remember, like I like to see that sort of that spike into the liquidity. Like if it can do a fast move, I would usually say that's the false move, and that will be the liquidity grab. But we haven't had that. It's just been like lulling us to sleep. And I think you can, like, it's ranging, so it depends on if you wanted to give it a go. There's enough range for it to move to be able to get some profit on it. But because I had to redraw this zone, this hour as a neckline, I'm still not convinced that this is truly the last leg down before we see a decent rally. Okay, so 30 minutes. 15 minute is looking good. 15 minute is going to look like it's just about to do a wick fill, and that 15 minute has created that support. Okay, create that support, wick lower, close bullish, price pushing away. We could get, even if it moves up and this 15 minute is suggestive of it creating the low, then I can still get into a move. Remember saying, like, even if the hour candle closes nice and bullish, I would still attack the lower wick of the new hour candle. So remember what I said? Like, imagine if this hour candle closes like a little like needle candle. Like if it does keep on pushing bullish, and then closes like a little weak bullish candle, I'd still take the partial wick fill to then try push up. So another 10 minutes for this candle. Ugh. I think it's coffee time, fellas. That'll be the signal. Get ready. Man, horrid day outside. What's it like down south? Georgia sailing is going to be awful. Oh, it's okay. It's just up here. Yeah. Yeah, weather's trash right now. We're at what part of South London? Bromley. Raining west areas. Oh, Peter, tell you it's like in Byron. I bet it's like 30. Yeah, weather's awful. Apart from Maddie being on Mum's boob, relaxed. The other times she's relaxed is when I take her for a walk in the pram, in the little cot. She actually settles then. I'm not sure she'll like it today. Oh no, Rob, pissing down in Como. Holy, this is a beautiful place. We're dominated by the wet.
Peter?
Yeah,
Can
mate.
you go to the 3-minute, if you don't mind?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I gave it a try right at the breakup.
Sorry, mate. Let me just get it all set.
As soon as I saw this doji printed on the 3 minutes, this lower doji,
yeah,
I waited for the lower wick to be formed, and I got in a buy right at the break of the doji.
Okay.
So what do you think a healthy stop loss should be? My stop is originally like below the doji, but I think it's too much tight, right?
Yeah, like it would likely come back and grab that doji. So it could do something. Oh, sorry. It could do something. Oh man, look at the delay on that. Okay, so go up, down, up, something like that. So that's aggressive stop loss, but it keeps your risk reward decent.
Yeah.
Safe stop loss. If you trusted that this is the first liquidity grab, would be under there.
Okay. Yeah.
But aggressive stop loss will give you good risk reward. So you know you're that's what you're.
Yeah.
It'll pay off sometimes. It'll pay off sometimes.
I'm only targeting this liquidity right here.
Yeah, that's a must. That's a must for it to come back to this level. So I'm kind of like, ideally, I don't want it to take it out and then reject from there, because I want to be in this trade. But I didn't want to be in, like, this setup is fine. It's actually a fine setup. It's just it wasn't at my original zone, but that's the exact kind of entry I'm looking for. But just a little bit lower. Looks like you're in a good one, Mo. Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna get a coffee. That'll help you. I'll be back in 5. All right. Let's go. Come on. All of you, can add buy? You can add buy if you want, for sure. Eddie, you're out now. You're taking prof. 55 from the low. Yeah, what a shame, man. What a shame that I didn't get in.
So you were basically waiting for the doji the low of the doji to be taken before you get in some position, right?
For me, no, I was looking for it to actually take out here.
Oh,
It wasn't quite low. Like I didn't have this zone initially, but I understand the zone. I will review that actually, because there was a couple trades this week that, like I'll show you the one on Tuesday that I missed from the open. This one, Tuesday. So from here, and then it took out this doji low. Okay, right there. And that's where it rebounded from. But I had my zone. Over about here. This is where I was looking for it. Oh, a little bit lower. Let me just adjust the chart. Yeah, this was where I was looking to take those longs on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And it just missed my area. So I think this weekend Sunday study session will be we'll be looking at where on these all the way down here, where price is it, like where I'm like I've got my zone, and if it's nearby to it, I do want to review necklines, hour candle necklines. That'll be this Sunday's topic, because we did fundamentals, and I think we always need to brush up on our levels every single week to keep it fresh for Monday. This week's was a rocky start. Excellent trade, Mo. Up 40 odd. Yeah. Good
the
work.
hourly candle is shaping up exactly how you were describing it. Amazing. Good job.
Just wasn't exactly where I wanted it to be. That's the only problem. But the shape is something that's so, you can really rely on this. I think you can really make like we've seen how consistent the shape is. It's just about executing and trying to match your levels with it. But the shape, this lower time frame confirmations at higher time frame zones is great. It's so good. All right, 10 seconds, and we'll look at this hour candle now. So maybe it can do an hour wick fill, and it can come down maybe it can do an hour wick fill now. You've secured, haven't you, Mo? Yeah. Definitely.
Cool. 11 I've secured.
Brilliant.
14, 9, 11, exactly.
Okay. Like I would prefer it to do a wick fill. Why would the reason I want it to do a wick fill now and finally tack my zone, the zone that I really had penciled in? Why would I want it go? Sorry, what was that?
It's sweet.
Yeah, and I really want to see this left alone. I really don't want to see it taken out. If it's getting taken out, I feel like the market's rebalanced, and I'm like, shit. Now is it just going to sell off and have like that continuation for the rest of the session? I don't want that. I really want to see it. I want to see a decent pullback, and this is a good pullback, but I don't think it's rebalanced the market yet. I still think that there's leftover sell orders that all the big boys didn't properly get their fill. So I think that they could push up again, and the lower I can get into that trade, the higher the probability will be and the lower, smallest risk I can put. Because I'm going to use fixed lots on this, so I prefer to have a smaller stop loss as possible, because the way I look at it, that if price can give me an entry, let's say from down over here, if price can give me an entry from down over here, I'm treating this as at least a target, and that will be maybe like 60 pips. Okay. I'm not thinking risk reward really. What I'm thinking is that I think where is a healthy zone for me to trade to? Okay. And if I think that this is doable, how many pounds is that to me? Okay. And if I can make this many pounds, and then how much pounds do I need to front up and risk? Then the smaller I can risk to make the same amount, because I'm going to use fixed lots, so the take profit is going to be basically the same. It's just I'm trying to reduce how much I have to put on the table to risk, rather than risking 125 quid to make maybe 5 times that. I don't want to work that way. I want to think, oh, maybe this is worth to me 150 quid, and I don't only have to risk, like, say 30 to make that. New Zealand, Swiss rebounding from the lows. Is that what you follow, Arthur? You trade Kiwi Swiss? I actually looked at that chart yesterday. It's been on some beautiful trends. Rebounding from the lows. Look at it. It looks like it's just made a new low. Well, look at the trend for New Zealand Swiss. Isn't that crazy? And like, it's New Zealand Swiss. So I was actually surprised. I was like, look how beautiful the trending structure is. This is the true. This is a reflection of a growth asset versus a growth asset, as in Kiwi dollar, and a safe haven. Beautiful structure. Beautiful structure. Crazy. Oh, wait. Any more headlines? We're an hour into the market now. What we need is price to drop down to those lows and then ceasefire talks happening. That's what we need, don't we? Then price can just boom. I took a little trade, not yesterday, the day before, on Wednesday. Yeah, this day. I took those sells, and then I took buys over on this thing, and I'll show you what happened. Because price had got into this little area that I liked, and okay, so when price was pushing down, I'll show you the setup. The setup was there. The setup was lovely. Okay, so I'll let price push down a little bit. Okay, there was the fast move when I was walking, and that was the fast move down. Then price there's the first little rejection. Okay. And then it was on this one that I entered. After this rejection on the 1 minutes. It was okay. It was this candle. Then price pushed up, and then came down, and then I entered basically there, and in just a single minute, it went up. Crazy amount. After that, I was like, oh, cool. I kind of didn't expect it to move so fast. Closed the trade. It was such a quick trade, and then price went. Where is it? Yeah. After that, when I looked later on, I was like, holy, just shot straight up. Couldn't believe it. And I was like, I was out. No, sorry. No, my mistake. I entered on this one. And then when this candle moved, price pushed up, took out this doji. That was when I closed it. And then as soon as like 3 minutes later, I was sort of shocked to see price. I thought my charts hadn't loaded properly, and I was seeing 15,144. I was like, I'm sure I was under the 15,100s. But there's that pattern again. Rejection, little doji, acceleration, come back, retest it, another rejection, liquidity candle, trading underneath that, anticipating the rejection is your move. That's your shape. Yeah, that's it's looking highly likely that there's a ground invasion this weekend, so I wouldn't want to be holding trades because they'll likely price in that there's going to be that invasion. So if it happens, market might gap. If it doesn't happen, market might gap.
Yeah.
So,
did you capitalize anything from the late move yesterday on NY session?
Yeah, I got a little bit. I haven't had any time to trade actual New York session, so it wasn't until just before I cooked dinner that I'll have a go. And it was around 6 o'clock. See price. I couldn't believe price had hit 1970.
Yeah.
So I got into for a long up here around 1971. I'll show you where price pulled back. This one. So this candle, this is the one that triggered that 1970. This one.
Yeah.
Okay. Then price did the wick fill. Then it came down, created a little support, and I got in as it was breaking the high here, and then just held for 1975.
Oh yeah, nice.
I didn't trust holding it any longer than that. But rejecting 1970, crossing it again, there was a little 40 pip move.
Yeah, I think you didn't even have to go to the lower time frames, 1 or 3 minutes.
No. I just that one was just when you see that little candle that threads the liquidity to the top side.
Yeah.
After the wick fill, then you get a little balance again, and then it pushes. You see that heaps. Yeah, I really like these kind of, and when I was looking, I was reading. This is when I checked the news as well. I'd have to go back ages, but it was on here.
At the time of the attack on the U.S. ship?
I think it was the Syria one. It was around 5.
Yeah, the attack on the U.S. It's not the U.S. It's not that they intercepted a rocket.
Yeah, that was the ship near Yemen.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, our power was speaking as well. Power speaking, but I thought that would have been a bit more restrictive. Where was it? No, it wasn't this early. It was all part of this news that when
that was 5 p.m. your time.
Yeah, it was at 5 p.m. But he started speaking on this candle, this one here. That's when he started speaking, and then we started. I saw a couple of war headlines, and then once we hit 1970, who would be selling gold? no one would be selling gold. So I just didn't want to buy the high. Just wanted to wait for the wick fill. And then as price pulled back, the new hour coming in, I thought we'd just see that continuation push.
Is this a negation candle, right?
Yeah.
So basically, when it went to retest the low, as soon as I think this is a probable entry, right? As we had the closing above that wick.
That'd be a Kerman entry for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah, momentum.
Yeah, he'd be in that one.
That's when I actually signals as well.
This one? Oh, down here.
No, when it closes either above or below that single negation candle, that's the direction.
Oh, right. Okay. So there you go. Yeah. Yeah. Nice one.
Which is exactly what it did.
Yeah.
It took the bottom, but it didn't close below.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So that would have been a fantastic entry as well.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic entry. All right, Tom. Off for dinner. Back soon. Yeah. I mean, look. Oh wait, we're on gold still.
How's the little angel?
She's just fine. She's lovely. She's lovely. I'm enjoying to like when she's during the day, taking her for a walk, and like when you see her sleep and smile, she does these like funny twitches when she's asleep, where she's like she'll nearly throw herself. She'll be like look so dramatic. And then she'll like go back to sleep. You know, I think she had a dream. I'm not sure if they have dreams, but she was asleep in my arms and she just started like crying. And my partner's like, "What did you do?" I'm like, "I literally did not move a muscle." She just started crying, and like she wouldn't open her eyes. She was just like screaming. I was like, "Maddie, what's up?" And then she just straight back to sleep for like the crying lasted maybe 30 seconds, and then she slept for the next like 45 minutes. That was bizarre. Never seen her do that before. I mean, she's only 2 weeks, but never seen her do that. I put a little photo. Oh no, better not because it's streamed so far. I'll put it in the Discord.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the private ones. So. This was her last night.
Oh, she's lovely.
Yeah. But that's her bed. That's where she sleeps. She don't sleep anywhere else. So mum's exhausted.
Of course. At the toughest part.
What was that?
Keep an eye on her. Yeah, that's the toughest part. You gotta keep an eye on her like 24/7.
Yeah. We got her a little play gym. So we're like trying to like see if when she's going to start responding to like noises and things. But at the moment, she loves looking at like the TV when it's off. I think it's the color, big black screen. I think she really likes seeing that. Or she likes looking at a mirror. Like she's absorbed by a mirror.
Yeah.
I'll put this photo in there as well. She'll just stare at that. At least she's quiet for like 20 minutes. She'll just look at the mirror.
As long as she doesn't cry, then it's good. Let her stare in the
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah, it's crazy when I look at her already since when we brought her home from the hospital, how different she already is. Like she's already like where she used to fit sleeping, like along the arm. Now, like her little legs are just, I don't quite, like her little legs hang off the side now. I'm like, geez, I didn't even notice that when she just grew that extra little bit. Now she's super long.
Yeah.
Wait till they're 6'3".
Holy, yeah. Have you got girls that are that tall, or are they your sons?
No, my girls are 5'4", 5'5", and my boys are 6 and 6'3".
Holy.
But my youngest one, the 16-year-old, he's 6'3" and still growing.
Oh man, he's gonna be a giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the short guy in my tribe.
Are you?
I'm 6'4".
Oh, I didn't think you were short.
He's 6'6".
Man.
And the 19-year-old, 19-year-old, 6'10".
Serious?
Wow.
Jesus. What did you
What
feed
did you
them?
feed them?
Steroids.
And the oldest one I got, I got three boys. The oldest one's the short one, so he's 6'2" or something like that. So
what a
he
dwarf.
gets plenty of stick. Yeah, exactly.
Gee, 6'10". I
But
mean,
she's got long fingernails. Fingers. Look at them. She's going to be a pianist.
My youngest,
big in the picture.
Yeah, feet are huge as well.
Haydos, do they do the centile thing still, where they measure them?
In the belly, they did.
No, when they're born.
No, they didn't.
They used to put them on the scale, the centile scale, 0 to 100.
Oh, okay.
And my son was 98 centile, which means that out of 100, he would have been second.
Top 2%.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't do that this time.
Well, they've changed things so often.
Yeah, my mother said to measure at 2 years and double her height, and that's usually pretty good.
Yeah, it's two. Yeah, we did that with Lucas, and he should be 6'7", so it's panning out at the moment.
Jesus.
Yeah, they did the same with my eldest. They said, "Oh yeah, mate, he's going to be a big boy," and he's only 14. And he's already 6 foot.
Yeah.
It's funny, like like Sarah, the mum. Like some of the cereals I just put on the top shelf in the cupboard. It's just, and I know, like, unless I go get it down for her, like just seeing her like looking at it, like, oh, you want the cereal? So like I thought maybe we would put all the snacks and treats and stuff like that, just put them in the top shelf. But you guys haven't got that problem. They can reach everything. Now you got to put it for Chris. You're going to put all the good stuff down the bottom shelf,
so they can't see it. Thinking the same thing.
Dear, how much they eat. It's phenomenal.
Oh.
Yeah.
God. Like, just
It's taking them out for a meal. It's like when they were teenagers, you're still paying for adult food, and you're like, what?
Yeah, I was complaining. I was thinking, I thought that dad should eat for free.
And the worst is you go out for a nice meal, you pay for that, and you're driving home, they go, hey, any chance of swinging into McDonald's? We're hungry.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah, I'm
You
stuck.
could have bypassed and just got your food there first.
Exactly.
It's when you go out and they say, yeah, I'll have steak, and you're like, what? How much?
You're sharing. Oh, okay, that's a good idea. That's nice of you too, to share that steak between the two of you.
Yeah, doesn't work like that.
All right, we're coming up over here. We're gonna take out this no wick. Bloody hell! Such a slow session, man. Such a slow session. What I think it's doing as well is we're creating this like trend line liquidity. Have you got your eye on that, Glenn?
Yeah, mate, it's already on there. It's at the top of that New York wick that we discussed earlier.
At the top.
Like the
Where you got a descending one.
Oh,
You're looking to the downside or the upside.
I'll annotate it. But this is an estimate, so just bear with me. Obviously, it's on your chart. There was a zone that was something like that I had, but it was from way back on, like in March.
Oh, I thought
we
about the trend line.
underneath it, took it out, and then we just bounced off the top of it a handful of times. It was almost the Asian low, but not quite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take that off. I was in shorts. I closed them here, and they've just been creeping up all the way since. I had to because of that alpha comp.
You're in shorts. What you mean?
Yeah, I was in from here. I caught that, but I didn't get a chance to manage it before that huge drop down. Then I had another position where I entered here, got up, and then just whipped down super quick. So I just closed them all when they got down to here, and they've just been going up ever since.
So you picked the bottom.
I did. Oh yeah, I did get this though. I caught that move.
Okay, so we're taking the open candle now. So it's that's a shame. So I think though a learning lesson from here is to see how we did drop from the initial open and picking this candle. This is how many times is this now this is a target at some stage. It doesn't always, sometimes it will drop down, come back up, and then drop. So you don't get such a clear read. But this was always going to be, as soon as it left and didn't retest it, this is your target if you can get a long position from some zone that you have down here. That was the destination. So the shape was nice. It just wasn't it wasn't perfectly at my zone, so I had to be the disciplined trader here. But that would have been absolutely ideal. So hopefully now the 30-minute has done the wick fill. Okay. 30 minutes done the wick fill. It's taken out the opening high. Well, doesn't quite look like on this one. I thought it had, but it's pretty much a touch. So as soon as it touches that, on the 1 hour, we do have a bit of a rejection wick. Okay. On this one. So I wouldn't mind looking for those longs again if it can push down. I don't think I like trading. Well, maybe. Let's see what we can get above here to maybe retest the Asian high. Still no wick camp. Yes, there was one at 6:45 this morning, or 5:45 this morning that I've got a no wick 15-minute candle that was up here somewhere. So that is a target. But because we are in such a heavy downtrend, well, now we definitely took the high. Beauty. So because this is the first break of that zone, I don't want to take the first break, but if it did push back and then break again, then I'd say this becomes a tradable area, and that's still another 60 pip zone. But I'd need the second break. So on the 15-minute, it was this candle. This is the one that on my broker on TradingView it's got a little tiny top wick, but the broker hasn't got that top wick. So this is also a destination, and it's near the Asian high. And if we look at the sessions this week, I'll just hide the price and I'll hide my analysis. You tell me when there's, see this blue zone. Tell me when the top or the bottom was left untouched. Okay, so it took out the low and then took out the high. Took out the high, took out the low. Took out the high, took out the low. Took out the high, took out the low. We've got to go back to Friday a week ago when it left a high untouched. Okay. So this whole week we've been taking out the high and the low. And like this is when we had some really nice consistent moves. But this week is definitely, the moves are a little bit different than what we'd been used to. So the pattern going had been taking out the high and low of this blue zone. So if that's still going to run true, then we would expect it to take out this high again. We just need to try formulate a plan on how to enter it.
Mo, are you still long?
Me? What?
I think Mo was long, wasn't he?
Oh, long. Do you leave a runner, or you secured most?
No. I got out. It's a clean 1, 2, 3 with your word. I want to
Awesome.
be overly
Great trade.
That was good.
I got back in on the 30-minute Wickfield.
I'm still in.
Good one. Okay, we've got a couple other little liquidity points. This is just before the Frankfurt Open, so I'll make that as a little dotted line. And we've got one above it as well. Just here. Retesting H1 structure. Yeah. This zone is your structure zone. Now, if we can find liquidity in the wicks above and below, then that could be an area where we've got to have a little bit of a resistance. Once we can close into this area, break in that area again, then we can see them move up. But I'd like to take I don't particularly like taking that first break, but the second break, then we can trade it up. I'll catch you, Deb. Oh, okay. Mick's not been well. Yeah, go look after him. See you on the. You there on Sunday? Study session for zones and points of interest. Cool. Alrighty, I'll see you then. From a resistance point of view, up here, let's go. I don't really see much in the way down here, apart from prices pushed back quite nicely. It makes sense to have a little pullback, but I think if we can break that zone, we've got a nice 35 pip area we could push. Little bounces maybe along the way at these no-wick candles, because this is where institutional sells definitely got in. Here, these ones are a bit better because that's in line with the Frankfurt Open. This one here was just before the Frankfurt Open. Little fake out. Love to see this area retested. I'd really like to see that. 10 minutes. Got a nice little liquidity candle over here. I'll see you, Peter.
Yeah, I'm gonna scoop also. Take care, Hayden. Thank you for the stream.
You're welcome, Mo. Good trade, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck in NY.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so there's a little bit of imbalance left behind on this one. So this is where the bulk of that 15-minute liquidity, current 15-minute, the 15-minute candle that just closed, the bulk of the move started inside of this little area. Who's streaming the NY? Actually, he's always doing his stream. My friend Kerwin will be doing his stream as well. But they're not on YouTube. Oh, actually is over this channel. If anyone wants to give it a follow, he would be very much appreciated. HaydosFx. This one. Really good liquidity, price action information. Still a growing channel, but definitely give that a follow. These really well explained entries. Really nice risk reward. On his own private group, yeah. Education side of things, excellent resources. Hey, Wingardium, you're back. Yeah, German 40. Okay, can we take the second break into that zone? Catch you, Ivan. Oh, was that your trade as well before I didn't post? This one here, Beauty. You're in that one as well. Yeah, such a nice move. Excellent buy, up to your target.
Lovely trade.
Yeah, that was excellent. How am I doing with the account? So on the streams, because I didn't get, there's a few trades that didn't come till late, and I'm only taking them on the stream. So on that account was the first week of trading it is minus 0.7%, down 0.7%. So buys 14,925. Stop loss 15,000. Take profit 14,920. What? That must be a joke. That must be a joke. Oh, stop loss 14,900. What? Oh, okay. I think you're saying 14,925. Target 15,0220 up to here. Stop loss 14,900. So you're looking at something like that. That's what you're looking at. Okay. Catch Al. Only trades on stream counted. No, and I could trade anytime, but I was thinking that I'd prefer to, when I go through the review, be able to like have it video documented of every single trade that I took. I could trade at any time, but once I've ended the London stream, I haven't been able to get back to the computer again for the rest of the day until 6 o'clock. So I have set alerts. I've set alerts for price, but then I've executed them on my phone, and my phone's not attached to the prop account. It's just my own personal account. So my personal account's actually recovered really well this week. Monday, Tuesday were no good. Wednesday had excellent trade. Yesterday had excellent trade. Only the one trade. the one main trade and then the gold trade late in the afternoon. But it's just the ones on the street. London Open, I haven't been able to get into many opportunities. And Tuesday, to be honest, I made a couple silly mistakes that I was a bit embarrassed about. So I had to review that process, and I didn't want to. I switched my bias, and I took a loss switching my bias, missing out on the buys, and then a couple near misses like today's kind of thing. Like just wasn't quite at my zone, but then taking a loss. I hate taking losses in front of people. So I was being more strict with my plan, but then it hasn't quite set up this week. But it's kind of reminded me of that week we had in August, which was a bit rough as well. But then we had, beautiful price action afterwards. So I don't think this volatility from the war has helped. The price action I found for my style, it's been very impulsive to have got into the trade. Yesterday's trade was simple. That was a really simple trade. So that one was on the stream. But Wednesday I didn't get a setup until later. And Friday today, it didn't quite match. It like the setup, the shape was there. It just was 10 pips away from my zone that I really wanted to see it. But it's still early. Yeah, let me know, Marin, what time you're thinking. Oh no, I can't. Sorry, not today. I've got once I finish here, I'm gonna have to give Mum a break, and then we've got to go and register her. So that's gonna be in the early afternoon. Forgot about that. But we'll do it for next week. I've got to leave here around. I have to leave here around 1:30. But changing a nappy and all that kind of stuff, and getting the hair in the car seat, and her registration's at 2:30, so we're going to have to leave quite early. So I'm going to miss the NY session as well, unfortunately. But next week, let's try aim for next week. Like, we'll line up a time.
I just rewatched the study session you did a couple of weeks ago on using the New York session as a guidance for the impulsive move, hey?
Yeah.
If you look at the 30-minute, you've got the 3 candles pushing down really hard.
Yeah.
And then the last half hour, if you go back to the 15-minute,
yeah.
What my eyes see is it just did that pullback a little bit early in the Euro session and then pushed out. Does that make sense?
Back to like the London low. Yeah. Yeah, the pullback happened.
The Euro session gave the direction that it was going to sell.
Yeah.
But it just did the pullback in the last half hour and then sold at London Open.
Yeah. Sold down to this lovely little area supply.
It just moved half an hour earlier.
I still think it will come back.
Does that make sense?
And because I like this clean candle over here. I do like this clean candle.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
Yeah, just moved half an hour earlier. That's all.
There's a lot of movement in this Asian session. Like the Asian session is 65 pips. That's quite the day before as well was huge. Alrighty. Well,
all the US pairs in this session have killed it.
US pairs or US indices?
Indices. I didn't trade any of them, but I'm just reviewing them now.
Yeah, they moved.
They've all swept the low and then taken out the high.
They moved before as well. There was should have used that as the signal.
That's crazy. Big sell to buy.
Yeah, that was the plan. Like, how often will it sell the low? Very rarely. Dinner sound. Catch you, Chris. Have a good dinner. Yeah, it'll be about around the same time. It'll be at like 9:30 UK time, 7:30 Sydney time. Low of the day and week. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. If it's the low of the day, I could imagine if we see any news escalating this war, we'll see that sell off. That's very difficult for London to sell the low when they know everyone's looking for those sells. That if everyone's looking for those sells, they will take it the opposite way. I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Oh.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna have to get going soon. We should have been done by now. Should have had a trade. There was a trade, but it wasn't exactly the one that I wanted. Well, it was the one I wanted, but wasn't quite in the area that I wanted. But that was the move. Do you guys understand the setup? Understand the shape? From watching the 4 types of entries, do you guys understand where the entry was for the move? That's the most important thing. Understanding the direction bias, understanding the shape, and then it's just about the skill trying to get it in, like combining them all. We can go over the weekend. Yeah, absolutely. It was a pretty slow old session, wasn't it? Just shot down on the open, and then it's just been grinding and grinding and grinding. Now, I would imagine that the way that this is shaping is that we're going to take all of this out at some stage, and we will find that push back down. I'm going to set an alert underneath this zone. Okay. Going to set an alert just underneath it. If we can get clean candles coming down and it's hitting the zone, then I think we could, maybe New York session will take it back up. If we get some news headlines breaking under here, under this area, and we get like a strong closure underneath this 1830, this low, then I don't think we might bounce. We might price could push down quite easily. Okay, strong closure under here. We could push down, nasty pullback, and then drop down to this zone. So where I'd be looking at potentially trading would be from here to here. After the second break, not the first break. First break, I think you'll get your trade triggered and price will then stop you out. But the second break, I think you'll see a nice clean move. And then again, if we form a little resistance up here, I would be trying to get in and target this move. So that would be my 2 sell zones. Just being careful not to get take it too early and then be caught in the pullback. And then same thing, once it takes out the next H4 doji low, not getting caught in the pullback, but then trying to trade this side of the triangle back down. So we'll set some 2 alerts over here. If we see de-escalation, then we'll see recovery. And I would say that we could probably get a move between 1980 back up to 15,015. If we start seeing rejections here, then I would also like to take sells back down again from this zone. For buys, it's a little bit tricky getting inside of here because we're getting close to the hour candle, the 10 o'clock candle, coming to a close. But you could target this candle and take buys again on the second break of that as well. So we've got quite a few little options here to trade. Just try plan one of them, 1 or 2 of them, and then definitely review and then see where they were, what ones that you got for these little late moves. Because like we have seen some good movement in this. Like if I look at this, is a 30-minute time frame. See from here, like 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, we've seen quite nice trending structure. See from 10 o'clock, 10, 10:30, 11, 11:30, just candles really starting to trend at that time from 10. Previous day, this is now going back to Wednesday. See this candle, 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11, 11:30, it kind of ends. So the exact same move. From 10 o'clock, we got some nice continuation. From here again, a little pullback at 10 o'clock, but then 10:30, 11, 11:30, we saw some nice movement back to the downside. Monday, 10:30, we had a little pullback, 10:30. Then we saw some price trending. Okay, and then the previous week was a different kettle of fish. But this week we've been seeing those. Why I've been saying it's a bit harder, or we had about a month of the same sort of move around the same time, and this week it's been a little bit different. We've had initial volatility and some real near. Just Tuesday was a bad day on my part, but the actual moves were there Monday and Tuesday. I didn't get some of the good entries, but then once the stream ended, we saw some really nice continuation from 10 onwards, from 10 to 12. But that's after the stream. But we've been seeing like this is what the pattern's been this week. So we might see the same thing. We might see some nice continuation for the next 2 hours. Unfortunately, I've got to go. I can't hang around for these 10 to 12. But keep an eye on that today. There's some ideas here. Okay, little sell zone up here with the right price action. Okay, and potentially a little buy zone. Well, I think here's going to be a buy zone as well, but I think this one here, this is a pretty high probability trade. I'll move this across, so it's going to look like something like that. Taking the second break above this high, just replicating that candle for like 30 pips. Let's get in and get out. Brooke, you there? Did you did you have a look over Wednesday and Thursday, like how this session was almost like a mirror image of each other?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it is. I agree with you. You can see it quite clearly. So no, that was good.
Yeah, see like how the move sort of started at the same time as well, like from 10 o'clock as well.
Yeah,
you will get
Yeah.
days like this, where the longer you follow just one thing, you'll start to see like its little personality, and it might not make sense like when something changes all of a sudden on one day, but you'll start seeing like where the same sort of moves happen like a couple of days in a row, and the earlier we can pick up on that, the more we can start to predict a move and base a plan around it.
Yeah. Okay.
How about the entry? How about the entry here? Like the way the shape formed. Does that kind of make sense? In terms?
It does make sense. I get it. But yeah, I guess sometimes the retest happens, sometimes it doesn't. So
yeah, I mean the retest happened. It just wasn't perfectly at my zone. But you can see a few of the lads here got it. Took a flyer on it. Risk reward was there. The shape was there.
So the retest there is it just touching just the top of the body of the candle.
Yeah, like I the perfect setup for me is when it's coming back to the wick. But
yeah,
the whole candle is that retest zone.
Okay.
I guess why it didn't need to go back any further into the wick is because this candle here is the one that left the no wick, and it just took out the no wick candle.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a nice little move there. Just whether it was taken, but the shape was there.
Yeah. Okay.
Importantly, is like you've got a lot more time than we think to take the trade. Like even on these lower time frames, you can see how slow this was moving. And this, remember how I was saying I wanted to see a fast move? Like this candle here was that little faster move.
Yeah.
So that faster move is often the drive for liquidity to then react from. So fast move is the false move. That's what I'll often say.
Okay.
If we pinpoint that candle, so 8:27, look at the 1 minute. The 1 minute is when you can see like where there was a bit of a acceleration was these four candles. That was the acceleration, the little gap. That was when it was moving quite quick.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that was the drive for liquidity. Price then reacted. We don't need to trade inside of this to get the better risk reward. Wait for the retest. Just retest like this little zone, preferably the wick, but it took the body, took the no wick candle, and then it drove from there. But we don't need to get them all.
Yeah.
Just be comfortable with the setup, and that way you can think, all right, what's the next step? Like it should be like a little recipe, 1, 2, 3, 4. After everything's sort of been ticked off, then we can give it a fly, see if they're going to work or not. But risk rewards on your side.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty. Any other questions, guys? Annie, how you tracking along? You're good? I can see the comments coming in now. Like, this has to be a scam. Yeah, I think this is the time that the trolls are arriving. Okay, so all right. We'll go over levels on the study session on Sunday. Okay, to bring questions to that as well. Okay, you've got access to the G Drive. Yeah, cool. Go over the technical webinars. That'll help the entries. Wasn't it was pretty slow going today, unfortunately. But I think yesterday's the way price set up yesterday, that was the like for these longs, that's the ideal scenario when you've got a really clear read before the London Open. You just need that volume to kick in. today it was a little bit different, that we were breaking Asian low already. And then we've got to go back like over 6 months to find the next little support areas. So it's a little bit more difficult when you've got this momentum going already. Some people find it really easy to trade, to take that momentum. That's not my best style. Like, I don't like taking those breakouts because I don't like taking the breakouts when I don't have a real clear area for price to go down to. But we'll cover that on Sunday as well. Like the clear reads, we'll cover the two A+ type of setups. This is an A+ setup if it was at the level, and then the other A+ setup is like this one, taking that breakout from zone to zone. They're the two high probability ones. Ali, am I in a position? No. I was quite open at the start that I was looking for price to take out this line here to push down and then get that shape. It was just 10 pips away from my actual zone, so I was disciplined to enough to just trade my plan. And my plan wasn't quite hit, but the shape was there. And I think that's the best thing, is to go and review and look at it. Like, the market actually there were plenty of opportunities this week, but there was definitely different trading conditions for the past than the previous 3 to 4 weeks. So I just got to adapt with it. You got a good win yesterday, Annie? Awesome. That's really good to hear. Yeah, I'll take some pictures. Alrighty, so 10 o'clock. We didn't get this. We didn't really. There were trades to be had, but not this one. So, given the idea now for these extra zones, let's just see which ones pan out. So the second break above this high, I think that's going to be a nice one. I don't like taking the first break in the zone. Second break, I think you're going to be onto a nice little move. Cool. All right, guys. Well, with that, I'm going to scoot. Hope you guys have a fantastic Friday. I'll see you on Sunday, right?
Thanks very much, Hayden.
Okay, catch you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Any questions, just tag me in the Discord.